Okay, weekend recap. A disappointing and frustrating weekend on the results board for sure. I think Tuesday was a bit of a heartbreaker. A bit of a heartbreaker is probably the understatement of the year. And then, I don't know, I think Friday we came out flat, and I thought Northern Colorado was very good. And as a result, you know, when you come out flat against a very good team, they often look like $1 million, which they did against us on Friday. So it was disappointing. It was frustrating, but we had a good practice yesterday. We don't often practice on a Sunday. In fact, I think this is the first time we've practiced on a Sunday this year. And we got out yesterday, got a good practice in. We'll be taking tomorrow off to observe the election day, and then we'll be back at it on Wednesday.
So that was why you practiced Sunday, was to get the day that you're going to miss, basically.
Yeah.
So do you think coming out flat was, how much do you think that was due to Tuesday?
Yeah, it's hard to say, right? Like, I think talking to the team, they all want to get up and compete. They all want to prove themselves in the furnace of competition, I guess you'd describe it as. And you know, it was one of those things where it was surprising in some ways, and it was kind of like almost like the hangover game from Tuesday. So, you know, I think the team is eager to address it. I mean, they really good practice yesterday, and we're going to get back in the gym today. And we've had a captain's meeting this morning, and they're all like, "Yeah, we're good. Well, let's go. Come on, let's keep rolling here." And I think we're looking to tweak the lineup a little bit to come up with some more offensive alternatives. But you know, it's one of those things where we're looking for answers, because we want to be. I think that the concerning side thing from my side is, you get to this point of the year, you don't want to be stumbling. And I felt like on Tuesday, the Grizz jumped on us pretty hard. And, you know, I don't know what the mindset was necessarily going into that. And that's a concern for me as a head coach. I need to know better that's on me. You know, I need to know better what the mindset is going into the Cat Grizz game. And then I think the hangover on Friday was real for that. So I've just said a whole lot. It's always entertaining when I say that, when I do that.
I can imagine what the move was like after that, like in the locker room afterward, but can you kind of describe what?
On Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the way I've described it to a lot of people since is, you have the scenario where really the Grizz came out and jumped on us in those first two sets, and they played lights out. I got to take my hat off to Allison and her crew over the hill there, and I don't like to do that, of course, but credit where credit's due. They came out and played lights out, jumped on us in those first two sets. I thought we were unlucky in the second set. To not get away with the second set, but again, they took advantage of the situations we didn't. Third set, obviously we got through. Fourth set, to be down 20-12, and I'd called my two timeouts, and we're at 12, and I basically said, hey, it's over to you guys. You know, the team has to respond here, and we talk all the time. It's not about the adversity we face; it's about the response to the adversity. And so you go through then that comeback of running a 13-3 run at the end of the fourth set, and coming back and winning 25-23, I think it was in that fourth set. And then you get up in the fifth set, and you got 2 match points. You know, and we have Hannah Scott take a really good swing, and they make a great block move. And then, you know, we have that final rally where we had 2 match points, and we thought we'd won the match. You know, so you've got the emotion of coming back from 20-12 down and them taking control of it. And then you've got the emotion of thinking you've won the match. And I'll be really forthright. Our seniors were crying on the court. There was tears in the eyes. There was that sense of relief. Yes, we did it. What a battle. What an epic Cat Grizz match. And then to have that ruling made where the 4 touches was overruled, and it was the right call. The referees are first class. I'm not, you know, I don't want to put anything out there that it was anything but the right call. But the emotional toll it took on us to get to that point just crushed us, I think, emotionally at that point. And you know, it was really hard to come back and play those next 2 points, and it showed. I mean, I think we got aced, and then they just got a kill from my memory. I don't even remember what exactly the plays were. I think we almost got ace. We gave them a free ball. They got a kill, and then we had a swing, but they transitioned and killed it back on us, and that was the end of the match. 2 points straight away. So the emotional toll afterwards, yeah, everyone was pretty shattered. You know, it was an epic Cat Grizz encounter, and I always point to, in Cat Grizz is always a coin flip. You know, you look at the history of the encounter, and I think we're within 4 or 5 matches of each other over 120 matches. You know, so to be that close just shows how competitive the two programs are when it comes to Cat Grizz. There's no quarter given, you know. So That's again a very long answer for a simple question, but I think that's the way I've described it to everyone. We went through this massive emotional roller coaster, and then to have it taken away from you the last minute, it kind of just gutted us, to be honest.
You just said they were crying after they thought they won.
Not after the match. Everyone was just kind of like zombies, because it was just like what just happened after everything we've just poured out. When we stormed the court thinking we'd won, I think it was 15-13 or 16-14, whatever the score was. When we thought we'd won at that point, that's when the tears were flowing. The team was ecstatic, and so to have to kind of wipe eyes and regroup, and it was really tough. I think it was a great learning lesson, though. And what I said to the team afterwards was, we've got to appreciate that we're put in these furnace-like environments against the Grizz, because that's going to replicate what it's going to be like to win a Big Sky Championship. And that exact scenario could play out in the Big Sky Championship. And, that's still there for the taking for us. But we have the benefit of experiencing that on a regular basis, that emotional toll that it takes to be that good in that moment. Whereas I don't think anyone else in the conference really has that. They have big matches, but not a match that you're anticipating and working towards because it's something special. With the mainline trophy on the line, with all the rivalry and the heated rivalry that it is, it was, there's a lot that goes into it, and it helps us be better because of it.
And I'm sure maybe in hindsight you would have liked that call to be made right away instead of overturned, I imagine.
Yeah, yes and no. It's interesting. We have had that conversation as the staff in terms of when do we use our challenges, because of course the challenge rule has been around for 3 or 4 years, but it's brand new in terms of everyone having it in the Big Sky this year. And coming out of the Olympics, one of the statistics that came out of the Olympics was that 9 times out of 10, when a ball hit the tape like it did in that situation, 9 times out of 10 it hit a hand. So we're talking a 1 in 10 situation where it didn't hit the hand. And so I completely understand the referees letting that play run, because when you know that statistic in the back of your mind, you're like, hey, there's a really good chance that hit hand. And then you let it play out, and then you've got the review at the end. I think if it was 12-12, it maybe wouldn't have been so emotional for us. But at that point, 16-14, and then to tie it up at 15s after the ruling got overturned, But that's life, that's volleyball, that's athletics, and I think any coach will tell you that it's good for us to experience these things in life, because if we just go through and have a charmed life, it's not reflective of what we experience outside the 4 walls of Shroyer Gymnasium. So it's heartbreaking, but it's also really good for us.
Senior night this week, correct?
Correct.
How would you describe the senior class? What has it meant to you this year?
You're going to get me choked up here, Alex. That's not fair. I was talking to Libby Christensen, who's one of our seniors and captains, this morning, and this group has been they've been the foundation of the turnaround of the program. When we had 2015 and 16 as an assistant coach, we kind of had, no disrespect to the athletes who were here at the time, but the cupboard was not as full as it is now. The cupboard was not bare, but it's not as full as it is now. And that 2017 class, who are now our seniors, when they came in, that was my first year as a head coach. So, my growth has matched their growth, and we've done it together. And so there's a personal connection to them, like I don't know if I'll ever have with another class, and to see their growth as individuals and to see what they've done to invest in this program blows my mind. And it hasn't been easy for all of them. I look at Emma West, who's, she's had injury after injury, unfortunately, in her career. And I think what I say to the athletes all the time, and I'm saying this more and more to recruits, every student athlete who walks into our gym or onto a Division I campus, or any campus for that matter, when they come to college, is they have these dreams and aspirations of grandeur of being a 4-year starter and being a record breaker in their position and being an all-conference player and maybe an all-American, and winning championships and those things. That's what everyone dreams of. The reality is that happens for so few of them. And so when I look at an athlete like Emma West, who has had a really, to be honest, a catastrophic knee injury before she even started her freshman year. I mean, she did it in a summer camp in July prior to her freshman year, and it took her 2 solid years to come back from that. But she has never wavered from her commitment to being the best version of herself. And so I look at a kid like that. I look at an athlete like Libby Christensen, who changed positions, and I could run down the list. Allie Lynch. There was a great article you wrote about Allie Lynch, and just the challenges she's faced in her career, from health issues to the different challenges of being a setter, and growing into being a Division I setter after coming out of Bozeman High. And it's just been like one thing after another. And then Hannah Scott has had kind of that, the dream career where she's been a starter since day one. But you ask her what it's been like, it's not been easy, and so that's giving you a rundown of all of them. But to give you a summary, I guess, is this class just means the world, and they've been the reason this program has become what it is. They've bought into building a legacy. I thought Evie and Sid and Rizzo did a really nice job in 2019 of leaving it better than they found it. But this class, to me, whatever we achieve in the future is because of what they've achieved now. So that'd be my summary. Yeah. Cool.
I'm not going to try to follow that up. So.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I appreciate you guys a ton. So it's going to be great. Thursday, 7 p.m., and then Saturday is 12 p.m. again. So it'll be great. It'll be a great opportunity to celebrate those 4 seniors and send them out in a high. Cool. Thanks, guys.